Blackhawks. In this week's episode of the BHB, we have a cook-off at the EVIT Culinary School, a story about senior assassins, and Stuff the Bus.
And so much more. Stay tuned.
Hey Blackhawks, I'm Madison Petrie.
And I'm Brooke Anderson. Did you know that bananas curve because they grow towards the sun?
And you're watching the Blackhawk Buzz.
Speech and Debate Club meets every Wednesday in Mr. Reader's room at 2:30. Make sure to stop by room 107 and no experience is needed.
The PSAT will take place on January 26th and registration ends on November 20th. So make sure if you are a freshman, sophomore, or junior, bring $25 and get signed up so you can qualify for the National Merit Scholarship Awards. News from the Career Center. Seniors, be sure to fill out your FAFSA as soon as possible.
Scholarships are also available for all grade levels. If you have any questions, stop by Miss B's room 147 next to the library.
Mr. Hutter recently decided to make the switch from teaching to counseling. Mariah and Makesha catch up with him to find out why.
Mr. Hutter used to be a history teacher here at Williamsfield. However, this year he has decided to switch things up.
Right now, I am the counselor for all the 11th graders here. I wanted to become a teacher just because I remember I used to volunteer and work at different summer camps, sports camps and whatnot, and just kind of really being around kids and kind of working with them and helping them develop and whatnot was something I really enjoyed. I decided to switch to counseling just because I really wanted to focus more on really helping kids with kind of the issues they deal with in high school and stuff like that, more of the social emotional level.
Mr. Hutter's relationship with students has been affected greatly since he became the junior counselor.
It's definitely changed a lot just because I do get to have those more one-on-one personal conversations with them. Obviously when you're in the classroom, you try to connect with kids as much as you can, but you only see them for about 55 minutes a day. Whereas with the counseling aspect, I'm able to call them up, meet with them for however long we need to meet and talk about whatever that we need to talk about, and that part's really kind of nice.
Although Mr. Hutter loves his new job, he hasn't forgotten what it was like to be a teacher.
I do miss teaching just because I don't have that day-to-day interaction. I think in the large group with the kids, I felt like that's where I kind of really flourished. Although it is very nice to connect with students one-on-one on a more personal basis, but I do kind of miss the overall daily activities of the classroom and everything.
Juniors can stop by Mr. Hutter's room 167 for any problems you may be having. This has been Mariah Albert and Makesha Aga. Now back to the studio.
EVIT is a school where students can pursue their passions. Brooke, Kaylee, and Alyssa watch Izzy McKenzie participate in a cook-off with some of her fellow chefs.
Hello Blackhawks, and welcome to the EVIT Kitchen. Each chef gets 15 minutes to make their best nacho plate, and they'll be judged on taste and presentation. Winner gets bragging rights. Good luck, guys. Victory belongs to Izzy McKenzie. Great job, Blackhawks. Now back to the studio.
National Honor Society's annual food drive is up and running.
Be sure to bring in cans of food every day to your first hour teacher to help support our community.
The food drive ends on November 20th, so get those cans to your first hour teacher before it ends. Blackhawks, you've seen many food reviews on this show, but this week, Diego Sandoval and Connor Goodwin put their own twist on your average spicy nugget taste test.
Yo, what's poppin', Blackhawks? Today, me and Diego have a special taste test for our friend Ethan.
You know what we're trying today, Ethan?
Nope.
Today, we are going to be trying McDonald's spicy nuggets.
Okay.
But with a twist. Here's the thing. Ethan doesn't know we're actually going to be hiding our own secret sauce in the nuggets. This right here is the bomb, with approximately 300,000 Scoville units. It's around 60 times hotter than your average Tabasco hot sauce. Our friend Ethan has already experienced this stuff firsthand.
So, we're a little bit late with the spicy nugget review because they came out a couple weeks back, but it'll be worth it.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get started for you?
Can I get a 10-piece spicy chicken nugget?
We just didn't need those, unfortunately.
But it turns out we were a little bit too late, so we decided to order normal nuggets instead.
That's fine. Can I get a 10-piece normal chicken nugget?
Yes, sir. What sauce?
What sauce do you guys want?
All right, so we got the nuggies here. Yeah. All right, we're gonna give them to Ethan. What's up, Ethan?
What's up?
Go ahead. Eat it.
Dude, I can't.
You have to. It's the taste test.
I did.
Chew it.
Eat the whole thing. You're fine.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong with the nug?
It's bad. Pop it out.
Sure.
God, that was spicy. I think it was the spicy nuggets, because that was spicy, bro. I swear it was spicy.
Well, Blackhawks, our friend Ethan turns out to be deathly afraid of McDonald's chicken nuggets, so we didn't really get the reaction we were looking for. Either way, it was fun to watch him in pain. This has been Diego Sandoval and Connor Goodwin. Now back to the studio.
Hey Brooke, did you know that today is the last day of Kindness Week?
Yes, I did. I heard that Stuco's putting sticky notes on everybody's cars.
You're right. They are focusing on staying positive and raising other people up, so make sure you thank a Stuco member today.
Congrats to Mr. Yates' class for bringing in the most cans of protein last week. Make sure to bring in cans of fruits and veggies to end this week.
If you love empowering others while having fun, then the Hobie Leadership Seminar is just for you. It's a 3-day all-expenses-paid trip from June 3rd to the 6th. Applications are due on November 20th in Ms. Wilhelm's counseling office.
Every year, the senior class participates in an off-school grounds game called Senior Assassins. Tyler Fentress and Asher Pouliot go behind the scenes to find out what the game is all about.
Assassins is an ongoing game played by Williamsfield High School seniors. The goal of the game is to assassinate people with a water gun and win the prize pool of money.
We spoke with some players on their experience with Assassins.
The best story I've had playing Assassins is probably the time that my manager told me I could use the roof of Bahama Bucks. So I got my teammates up there, and then we set up the team we were going against to, come shoot me because I got off work at 8. But it failed. But it's still fun. We got 2 of them out.
Sarah talks about her favorite times and locations of when to play.
My favorite location playing the game is probably literally just driving around with my friends. Like when we had our purge night, I had the truce with some of my friends because we were in a different game, and purge night technically means you can shoot whoever you want. So we made a truce and we were just driving around looking for people.
Sarah tells us her opinion on Assassins.
My overall opinion on Assassins is that it's a fun game and that I'd be really upset if I was missing out.
We also interviewed fellow senior Matthew Guerrero. We asked Matthew who his favorite team to go up against was.
The favorite team I played was the men, which was basically just a band team. And since we were all in band, we knew exactly what they were doing all the time. So we had a lot of fun because we knew their schedule, they knew our schedule, we knew where they lived, and they knew where we lived.
We also asked him what hotspots he and his team have been to.
Yeah, so we went to both hotspots that they posted. The first one was at Sunburrows. We went there, we showed up, and then the team that was trying to get us showed up too. So we ended up getting them distracted. We ran out, took the picture, and then ran back in our cars. They tried to block us in, we still got out. And then the next week, the hotspot was at the 4 Silos on Warner. That one we really just kind of cruised through. We went, took the picture, got out of there. So yeah, we went to both. And then there was one last night, but since we're not in anymore, we didn't have to go to that one. It was in downtown Gilbert under the water tower.
That's all for today, Blackhawks. We'll see you next time.
Stuff the Bus has always been an important tradition for Williamsfield. The school donates canned food and we stuff a bus full of what we donate. We interviewed Miss B and Miss Wood about our Stuff the Bus program.
So Stuff the Bus was actually created 10 years ago, and I was kind of concerned with community service and wanted to put together a project for the school. And we started talking and came up with Stuff the Bus.
To help us further understand, we asked how Stuff the Bus works.
So we set up boxes in each of the classrooms, and we set up as well weeks of what we're going to be collecting each week. So we have like a soup week, beans, pasta and sauce, the items that the United Food Bank needs the most.
We asked them exactly how it affects the community and how much it helped.
We look at how many pounds of food that we collect, and last year we collected about 15,000 pounds of food, which can help a large number of families here in Arizona throughout the state.
We asked how we as students can go the extra mile to help our community in need.
I love to volunteer. Everybody should volunteer 3 to 5 hours every month. And I know that the United Food Bank looks forward to Williamsfield's donations.
To help families in need, be sure to bring your canned food to your first hour teacher. This has been Ethan Klaus and Harmon Brecky. Now back to the studio.
I wonder how our sports did this week.
Well, here is Matt with your weekly sports report.
I'm Matt Moen, and welcome to the Blackhawk Buzz Weekly Sports Report. Congratulations to the men's golf team for finishing as a state runner-up in the Division II State Golf Tournament. This is the third time in the last 4 years they have finished as the runner-up. The guys started the day with 7 strokes out of second place and were 12 strokes behind after 5 holes. However, the guys battled the rest of the round and were able to finish in second place. Ryland Johnson also ended up finishing second as an individual. Last week, the girls' volleyball team finished the season off on a positive note by beating Apollo on Tuesday 3-0, and Canyon View on Thursday 3-0. The girls finished the season with an overall record of 4-11 and look forward to rebound next season. Samuel Miller and the boys' varsity swim and dive team made it to state over the weekend at Skyline High. Samuel Miller made a 59-second 100-meter butterfly. The boys' 200-meter free relay placed first in their heat with a time of 1:38. They also swam the 400-meter free relay and did amazing. Last Friday, the varsity football team beat Desert Ridge 21-10. Offensively, the Blackhawks threw for 251 yards and 1 touchdown. Defensively, the Blackhawks limited the Jaguars to only 281 yards of total offense. Tonight, the Blackhawks play Red Mountain here at home. Red Mountain has a 2-3 record on the year and is led by one of the best quarterbacks in the state, Evan Svoboda, and wide receiver, Anthony Carrington. It should be a great game. Reminder, Blackhawks, the game starts at 7 p.m. and the theme is Blackout. That's all we have for this week, Blackhawks. Now back to Brooke and Madison.
Good to know. Hope we dominate tonight at the game against Red Mountain.
Thanks, Matt, for filling everyone in.
This is a presentation game. The contestant is given a random prompt which they have to use to create a story, but the catch is, throughout the story, a random photo will appear, and they have to incorporate it in what they're saying.
Your prompt is, you're telling a bedtime story to your child, but your child is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he was having nightmares, and he couldn't bring himself to fall asleep. He was too scared, and he says, "Can you tell me a story?" And I say, "Sure." And my story was about, I was on my way to Walmart. I needed to get some groceries so I can make myself some dinner. You know, I get my stuff, I get the milk, the eggs, the bread, the fundamentals, right? But as I go to the checkout, there's this cat, and I am disoriented out of my mind. There is a cat. I can't even call this a cat. There's this being with such energy telling me that it's 15:25. So I look at him and say, "Why are you talking to me?" And he says, "Worm."
Okay, once upon a time, there was an odd-looking, spidery black creature lurking out in the darkness in search of his latest meal. The first thing that he came to was some tribbles. These are tribbles from Star Trek. When all the tribbles that had been produced on the Starship Enterprise were beamed down to the planet, and that was the black creature's favorite dinner. But something happened. Suddenly, King Henry VIII came flying into the scene dressed in his favorite hot dog costume. And he was mustard this time, because Henry VIII actually makes a really, really good meal. But Henry had other ideas about that. Henry needed...
You might have heard students around campus talk about the fun and informative things that go on in the Criminal Justice Club. John and Diego took a closer look to see what makes this club unique.
You may have heard the name on the announcements, or kids around campus talk about it, but what really goes on in Room 101? We took a deep dive into criminal justice and spoke to Ariana McDaniel and Mr. Williams to learn what makes this club unlike any other.
I first heard about the club in criminal justice class, and it sparked my interest because I've never been in a leadership position before. And so I joined the club to be in a leadership position and help teach people about the criminal justice field.
Well, they didn't have a club, and I thought it would be important to start a club, get them excited about giving back to the communities, giving back to the school. And I thought it would be important to teach them a rank structure that's part of criminal justice and to point them in the right direction. The club does that.
With Mr. Williams having all the qualifications to start a criminal justice club, we asked why he decided to host a club separate from the criminal justice class.
When I got here, I noticed there was not a club, and so I just decided to form it because I thought it would be a good way for people to meet each other and to bond and be able to work with the other high schools around and just network.
We asked what students can take away from the club and what the future holds for criminal justice.
I want to take away not only like the knowledge that I gained, but also the charity work that we're doing. We're doing a sunscreen run, and we're also doing lockdown buckets so that all the classes here are prepared for lockdowns if they ever have them. So I'm just hoping to take away experience.
The expectation is this year to get it in place. The officers are doing a good job. We're already doing events, and really get it to where my time is minimal and that they completely run with it, decide what they want to do, what directions they want to go, if they want to compete in competitions, and leave it completely up to them.
That locks up this story, Blackhawks. This is Diego Esquivel and John Brister reporting for the BHB. Back to the studio.
That's all we have for this week's episode. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at WF_BHB.
If you want to rewatch any of your favorite BHB highlights, check us out at the Blackhawk Buzz YouTube channel.
Have a great weekend, Blackhawks. Remember to tune in next week for an all-new episode of the Blackhawk Buzz.
come way down. Gravity here. There's ability when you get near. Oh, come way down. Gravity here. There's ability